Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. So today Phoebe, well, she's sunbathing, but we were supposed to talk to you about what you should be either direct sowing or starting in July to worry about your fall garden. Now I know it's super early. We've still got our tomatoes, our zucchinis, our cucumbers, everything's rocking in our summer garden, but we have to focus the same way when there's still snow on the ground to get these guys started in the blazing sun to get our fall garden started. And if I'm being quite honest, fall gardening is one of my favorite things actually. It takes care of itself a lot of the times with the weather patterns. You don't have to do a lot of watering unless you have a blazing hot fall. And when you come outside to do the gardening, you're not dying in the heat. But the moral of the story is I'm zone 6AB. My last frost is about the second week of October, but most of these things can sit in the garden past your first frost, and that's what makes this so amazing. So getting directly into the list, let's go. Starting off with the things that need to be started inside about now. So we are at mid-July, end of July even works. We're going to start these inside until we've got a nice little transplant, and then we're transplanting these out early August. Now, I want to know when you are picking varieties of things. So, for example, the first thing on the list is broccoli. So we're going to start this inside now, and then mid-August, we're going to take this outside as transplants. You're looking for varieties that aren't super, super long from seed to harvest. And that's going to tell you on your package if you don't already know, on your seed packet if you don't know that information. So days to maturity for this is only 40 to 60 days. I'm not looking for things that are going to take 120 days to come to fruit. We don't have enough time. My ground is going to be frozen absolute solid by then, so there's no way that this would even produce that. So we are looking for things with like a maximum of about 60 days, maybe 75, but I would try and stick around 60 if you can when you're putting those out, because you got to think mid-August to mid-September to mid-October, we're doing a harvest. So broccoli is the first thing on the list. Cabbages and cauliflower. Those are all ones to start inside now, and then in a couple weeks we will transplant those out. I'm personally doing rapini, which are little like side shoots. So instead of one big head of broccoli, you get like tiny little ones. It's like for stir fries and sauteing, stuff like that. So cabbage, cauliflower, and broccolis, any of those type of brassicas, we are starting in the house. Certain types of lettuces, and I say certain types of lettuces because if you're doing little leafy lettuces, so something like this with just light leaves that you pick out instead of a head. So a head would be something like your iceberg lettuce or your romaine lettuce. If you have something with like a big head that needs to develop in the middle, starting those inside would be best practice. So we're going to start those now. In about the third week of August, we can put those out. Now, if you were just doing the leaf lettuce, like I just showed you, just direct sow those right at the end of August into your garden. Because these leaf lettuces will only take like 30 to 45 days in order to leaf out and for you to harvest off of them. So they don't need a start inside situation. Kale. So you have two choices with this. I grow dinosaur kale, which is a massive variety. So I am going to start this inside now. But for most other kales, you got like your curly blue leaf, just the small kales, go ahead and direct sow those. The first week of August, you're good. And really when it comes to kale, depending on your weather and if it's scorching hot, I would wait even till like mid-August or end of August if you can't seem to get cool weather, especially at nighttime. Because most kales grow pretty fast and you can harvest them right until Christmas. This one I had until Christmas in my garden last year. But again, this variety grows a few feet tall and is massive. So I will start these inside to give them a head start. But for kale, for the most things with kale, you're good. Hi. Little video break to see like, what are you doing? Okay. Carrots. So carrots don't ever really like to be transplanted no matter what season it is. But you can go ahead and direct sow carrots right now in July. They'll start growing and get a nice head on them. I would stick to a shorter and smaller variety of carrots, maybe like a Nantes. You can do the Imperators for sure, but I would stick to a smaller variety And this way it kind of ensures you have some sort of carrot by the time the snow falls. Now these are actually going to stay in here. I planted these in the spring. Your cold bed will act as a quote unquote fridge for your carrots. So I am going to pull these as needed. These are already probably full sized in here or getting to be full size soon. And this is going to act as my fridge, and I will pull these carrots out when needed. And that's basically what you are going to do with your new plants if you start carrots now in July. So go ahead and direct sow carrots now. Just be fair warned, when it's really hot out, you're going to have a really hard time keeping them moist to germinate those seeds. So really, really make sure you're out here watering. I would suggest at least 2 to 3 times a day, and keeping that soil nice and moist to get that germination. Swiss chard. You can do all types of Swiss chard. Direct sow those about the 1st to 2nd week of August. And by the time fall rolls around, you'll have nice big Swiss chards looking like this. Green beans. You have time to do another round of green beans. So you're looking for either like a bush or a pole type variety. But if you direct sow green beans in the garden right now, you should have a harvest by end of September if you have a shorter day bean. The variety that I have is called Lewis green bean, and it only takes, I believe, 60 days. So even if not, you'll have at least small, tender beans by the time October rolls around. So get those direct sowed. Same thing with germination. Make sure the seeds are staying moist to get that germination. And that's with all seeds that we're talking about. So again, bush or pole beans where nothing's vining. That's the variety you want. Green onions. That's these here. If you do a direct sow right now, same thing, by October you'll be harvesting green onions. I pulled this out if you want it. Yeah, she wants it. She always wants green beans. Zucchini. You can get another round of zucchini in. Don't worry about starting them inside. Just direct sow them in the ground. So I'm probably going to pull these out. They're kind of spent. This was my spring zucchini. I really don't have a lot of flowering left anymore. The plants themselves are looking kind of like wrangly and look like they're going to be susceptible to disease and pests soon. So I am going to rip these out and start a new batch in the ground. Now this is actually perfect as well, because this is about the time where you're going to start getting squash bugs or vine borers. Any day now they're going to show up. So if I rip out what they're looking to eat, they won't have it. So rip these out. Start from seed in the ground again, keeping them moist to germinate those seeds, and they won't have anything to feast on. I actually met somebody recently who doesn't even start their zucchini until now at all. Doesn't even plant anything in the spring, fully relies on like a late summer harvest in order to meet her zucchini needs to avoid all of those pests and disease, which I think is pretty smart, but I'm greedy when it comes to zucchini and I want it year round. I want it all season. I love zucchini. One I forgot to mention for starting inside is peas. So I would look again for a shorter variety. I'm growing these sugar snap peas, so even if they're small and tender, I can still rip them off the plant and use them in stir fries. I do have a round started inside. So again, July I've started them inside. I'm going to transplant them out in August, but you can also direct sow these the first week of August. So I'm actually going to do both and see how they grow, just as an experiment this year. So I'll put my transplants out and my direct sows at the exact same time, and that's going to be the first week of August to get those going. Arugula. So this one is a little tricky because it does need a really long growing season. I think it's like this variety specifically is like 100 days, but that is to full maturity. So that's at a full tall plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to direct sow these in the ground right now, get them started, and hopefully by the time all of the other stuff starts going, we can at least pull off some tender small leaves for eating. So that's my plan with the arugula. Just a couple more things to go over here. So these are direct sows. Spinach, turnips, and beets. We are going to direct sow all of these, and we are going to do that the first or second week of August to get those going in a good start. Again, watching the varieties to make sure that you're in and around the 60 mark for harvest. So that's on your seed packet, days to maturity, 50 to 60 days, so perfect. And last but not least on my list, and quite honestly, you could start round after round and succession after succession of these starting anytime now is radishes. So radishes, most varieties of radish become from seed to harvest. We're going to direct sow these in our garden bed, and within 3 weeks, typically 21 days, is when we can harvest the radish. So honestly, if I started even mid-August, I could probably have 3 to 4 successions of radish by the time my ground's completely frozen over and I can't grow anymore. And don't forget, a lot of these like beet tops, carrot tops, even radish tops, they are amazing vitamins and nutrients, sometimes even more so than the bulb of the fruit itself. But they're also really good for animals if you have any. So a lot of the times, if you don't want to eat your radish tops, I have showed you in the past how to make like radish top pesto. But if that's not your thing, you can feed them to your chickens or your bunnies or your goats or anything like that. They love the tops of stuff. So the moral of the story is, friends, although it is blazing hot and we just want to go swimming, we have to think about the months to come, get prepared, and get planting. So hope that helps somebody. I can put a chart down if that helps anybody, or just like a little guidance, and then you guys can get planting and get starting and say goodbye to some of the things in the garden. I hate pulling things out. It's the worst for me. It's literally like I've tended to these all summer and now they're all going to start getting ripped out soon because they're getting spent to make new waves, room for new stuff, and sometimes it hurts my soul, but it has to be done in order to enjoy the broccolis and the brassicas of the world. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.